And we're here to say that the era of Trump and Zeldin and Molinaro, just jump on a bus and head down to Florida where you belong, okay? Get out of town. Get out of town. Because you don't represent our values. You are not New Yorkers.
A few
minutes later. All right, so that was Kathy Hochul telling GOP MAGA, get out of town. Get out of New York. We don't want you. Seriously? This is how we're going to break up? You're not going to give me a kiss or anything? You can tell me I got to get out of town? Well, enough people believed her. Enough people, including somebody like Sean Hannity, like, bye, I'm out. And then more people, I'm out. And then more people, bye. When you tell somebody that, even in your interpersonal relationships, you tell them, get out, what happens if they take you up on that? That's what New York is finding out right now. Now the talk that she has isn't so big.
moments later.
They let them live someplace
It'd
else.
be one thing if they were proving that spending all this money is helping the homeless population get off the streets and get back into work, but there's no sign of that. In fact,
some of you may be retired. Some of you guys may be working. Some of you guys may not even make $82,000 a year. Some of you would say, if I made $82,000 in a year, it would be a good year. The city of New York is spending $82,000 per person that is homeless, unhoused. $82,000 for the guy laying in the street. $82,000 for the junkie rolling around and looking like a zombie. $82,000 for each one of those people you have to step over. $82,000 for the guy in the alley taking a poop. $82,000 for someone who's on a subway and might try to jack you. $82,000 for somebody who might light you on fire. $82,000 per every single person that is homeless. Just let that sink in. I'm not making up the number. There it is right there. It's from the New York State Comptroller. The actual accountants in the state of New York have published that they're spending $82,000 a year on homeless people per person. I would venture to say you could just get a check and hand every single one of these people like $20,000 and you'd never have a problem again. But somehow you were spending $82,000 of taxpayer dollars on people who still living in the street. That's insane.
the homeless population is only growing in this city.
All right, let me tell you about Rumble, one of today's sponsors. You may have seen the conversations happening online lately. Censorship is back, and it's happening everywhere. Platforms are controlling narratives called algorithms and pushing the stuff they want you to see. We need to fight back. Rumble is the only company that has stood the test of time and deserves our support. On one side, Rumble is challenging big tech, censorship, and now they've also introduced another site, something that will give us protection from big banks shutting us off. Banks can cancel our accounts and they can freeze our cards. So that's why they've launched Rumble Wallet, a wallet that no one can cancel and a wallet that supporters can use to instantly tip their creators without any middlemen taking cuts. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money. Not a bank, not a government, not a tech company, not even Rumble can touch the money. It's yours. It's only yours. It's yours to protect your future and your family. It's not only just a wallet to buy and save, but it allows you to support your family, favorite creators by easily tipping them with the click of a button. There will be no fees when you tip my channel or others, and we actually receive the tip instantly, unlike other platforms where we have to wait for payouts. Support my show and other creators by clicking the tip button on my Rumble channel if you're watching on Rumble. It's wallet.rumble.com. Download Rumble Wallet today, open an account, and step away from the big banks for good. Wallet.rumble.com, or search Rumble Wallet in your Play Store or App Store.
And being conscious of the fact that I need people who are high net worth to support the generous social programs that we want to have in our state.
What? What? I need people who got money to give up the money that we can go ahead and waste. That's what she just said. I need you to support our generous social programs. Who the hell are these people writing checks to these people? Are you serious? You just admit your own accountant said, yeah, we're spending $82,000 a year on homeless people. And now I told all the rich people, get out of New York. Now I need you back.
Right. Now, there are some patriotic millionaires who stepped up. Okay, cut me the checks. If you want to be supportive, but maybe the first step should be go down to Palm Beach and see what you can bring back home.
You can't make this up. You can literally not make this stuff up. Yet there's people on X right now. There are people all over X telling you we're going to lose the midterm. There are people telling you we're going to lose the war. And this woman, the governor of New York, is begging people, go get your friends in Palm Beach and bring them back. Who's going to do that? You want me to come back for the sole reason, not because you want to improve my life. You want me to come back to New York so you can get more of my money. That's it. Not even a kiss. Just pure American me bend over. That's it. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. What kind of pitch is that? What kind of a game you got in terms of talking to people where your enticement is come back so I can take more of your money? After you told me to get effed and get out of New York, now you're like, can you come back and bring some of your Palm Beach buddies with you? No, my Palm Beach buddies, they came down here to Florida and they got boats. And like Kevin James from, Mayor of New York, whatever his show was, he just bought a $17 million mansion. Oh, yeah. And all the other ones are coming down and buying yachts and playing and living large. And they don't have to step over homeless people. And they get to keep their money. There's no state income tax in Florida. And you want them to come back? These people are delusional. Like when SV was talking about Benny's phrase about, they're the crazy ex-girlfriends. No, they're worse than that. There is not a single one of you who would ever take up that offer. Sell your house, get rid of everything you've gotten in Florida, and come on back so we can get a bigger portion of your money.
Because our tax base has been eroded. So I philosophically don't have a problem. It is like I have to look at the fact that we are in competition with other states who have less of a tax burden on their corporations and their individuals.
Well, if you're competition, well, what are they doing? What are they doing in Florida and Texas? Well, these other states, they had lower taxes on businesses and corporations and people. Oh, okay, so it's working for them. You got your game film. What's working? Oh, okay. So what are you going to do? The Costanza and do everything opposite? That's when you're looking at your competition, you're like, we don't have to change. We just have to convince you to come back up here. They're lost.
And I would say remote work changed everything. There are people who could only work in an office in Manhattan or work in New York State, and they were captives to our state. They were going to stay.
That's not a good thing. That is hardly a good thing. We had them captive. They were stuck. Come to New York and get stuck. Her words, not mine. We had them stuck, and then everything changed when they found out this work remote crap, and they weren't stuck anymore, and they liked not being stuck. And then they said, we ain't coming back. Oh, but there lies in another problem with what she's saying. The people that you want to come from Palm Beach are hanging out on yachts and playing tennis and pickleball and golfing. They're not the ones who had to work remotely. She let that out the bag. So we need more of those people to come back here and be stuck. If they're not stuck, we can't rape their money from them. She in the same sentence went from talking about millionaires and billionaires in Palm Beach to talking about people working in cubicles who learned how to do remote work. It came out of her mouth. I need to get your money. Everything was fine. You were stuck here. And now I can't even understand how I can compete with Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott and other states. I can't even imagine what we're going to do with the 82,000 we need for every homeless person. You people don't know the pressure on me. Well, obviously you don't understand the definition of the word compete. If you understood the word compete, well then in order to, quote, compete, you have to entice people and say, I've got something you really want. You're going to want to come back to New York because we're doing things differently. All right, what you doing? We're giving out 82,000 to homeless people and I need your money. That doesn't sound different. What else you got? We're not arresting people, so there's more crime. So far, you're 0 for 2. What else you got? They don't have anything.
We saw that that's not the case. I mean, Wall Street, businesses looking at Texas, they're not going there because they have a nicer governor. I know that for sure. But they're going there because of the tax rate. We have to be smart about this.
She's defining her own resolution, but not understanding how to implement that resolution. We got to be smart about it. Okay, you're on to something, honey. You got it. You're on the right track. We got to be smart about this. What's your plan? Oh, you don't have one. So you don't have a plan, and it's not going to change. All you're going to do is expedite more people getting the hell out.
Can fund what we want to fund with what we already are taking.
This is the problem with libtards. They don't even hear the words coming out of their mouths. They expect you, just out of the goodness of your heart, to cut them checks so that they can just do whatever they need to get done what we need to get done, as she said. Notice there was nothing in her sentences. Nothing in what she said is, hey, listen, let me do something for you. Whether it's a date, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's an interpersonal relationship, there's got to be something in it for me. I need this. You have this. Okay, how can I get some of that from you? Just tell you I need it. Well, it doesn't do anything for me. I got it already. What are you going to do for me? Oh, come on, man. I need $82,000 a year per home. I don't really care about what you need. What's in it for me? And the Democrats stop right there. There's nobody they can talk to. I heard Bernie Sanders out there crying again today. Billionaires. You know how much money Elon Musk has? You know what he owns?
Percent of our people today are living paycheck to paycheck. Families struggling to feed their kids, pay for health care, pay for rent, pay for child care, pay for the basic necessities of life. 60% of our people live in paycheck to paycheck, and one guy, Elon Musk, owns more wealth than the bottom 53% of American households. Think maybe that might be an issue?
Not understanding the word owns. He has so much money. There's a problem with all the money Elon Musk has. Okay, so what would you like to see happen? I'd like to see us collect some of that money from him. What are you giving him? What do you mean? They don't have that. It'd be very easy to get some of Elon's money. Very easy. Talk to your girl, Kathy Hochul, or whatever state you're in, and say, let's give him, I don't know, something Florida and Texas do, an incentive. Hey, Elon, if you move some of your people here, we're going to give you, but they can't. It's a one-way street. Democrats can't do this unless you're homeless in a ditch somewhere. Otherwise, it's just take. That's their problem.